Let's make it do some things. So we made it add to the unordered list. Before we do the homework, there's some stuff that's bothering me. I type in a thing. I can't just start typing the other thing. I have to backspace over this like some kind of animal. Does it work? Yes. Does it work well? I'm going to say no. I think that's an unacceptable user experience. What can we do? Reset. So here's add flick. We do all this stuff. So maybe at the very end, which object has this reset method? You all said reset. You must have called it on something. What? That's how we do it. Who did it? Who did? Okay, so that's one way. So we've got f.flickname.value. We could say f.flickname.value is an empty string. ID 4. ID 5? Did they abbreviate the second one? Not that ID 4 ever made sense as an abbreviation for Independence Day, but that's what they called it. It works. JP, JP2. Not bad. A lot of you were using the word reset, though. What did you mean? You said it, not me. What do you mean reset?
It resets everything inside the form.
What does?
When you call reset on the form.
Aha, thank you. That's the question. Thank you, Dom. On the form, we can call reset. Reset is a method that's present on forms. And that would reset all the values on the form. So we refresh. We expect the behavior to be the same as it was a moment ago. We got Death Wish. We got The Fly. We got JP. Yeah, it works. And in case we add more things to the form later, I prefer this slightly to setting the value explicitly back to an empty string. But that's a good solution too. Cool. Let's see. Any other unacceptable aspects of the user experience? Okay. Behold. I'm going to load the page, and I just want to start typing. Refresh. Tappity, tappity. What? I can't just start typing. Unacceptable. Who said that? Dom? All right. Focus. Okay. I'm really concentrating. Not working. Man. What's that, Brandon? Huh? Oh, hit tab. I can do that, but man, that's too much work. Gabby? Yeah, so focus and blur. When we put our cursor in something, we call that focusing. When we move it back out, we call that blurring. And you can focus things that are not text boxes too, like the H1 could have focus. So, Gabmeister, where would you put that? No, I mean, where am I going to type this code?
Whatever goes when you load it.
Okay, so init would be fine. Okay, let's do all this stuff. Set up our event listener. Then at the bottom we could put. What would I need to put? So here's how we grab the form. I'll just, spoiler alert, this is not going to be the final solution that I stick with, so you don't need to copy this. Do not take that as a criticism. It's just not the way I'm going to do it, but it totally works. Totally valid, and sometimes you have to do it this way. So the fact that I'm going to do it a different way should not be interpreted as a criticism. Same with you, Natalie, in the previous thing. Setting the string back to empty is totally fine. Okay, so we get the form, and then what? So that focuses the form, but you said focus.
Oh, you want to focus the input box.
Right.
We're going to get the,
Whatever the name of that input was, which was flick name. Dot focus. And focus is a method. We need to call it. Refresh. Just start typing. It works. Yay. It works. It works well. Cool. We have checked off that box. I'm glad we did it this way so you know how this works. I'm going to show you another way that is an HTML5 thing. So this would not work in older browsers. This works in older browsers. So in some respects, this is a better solution. We're using ES6. We're already saying to heck with bad browsers, which is the name of one of the most influential blog posts in the history of web design. Who knows what I'm going to add to the HTML to achieve the same thing? Anybody know this? Not the reset part, but the focus part. Anybody happen to know? It's probably an attribute. It is. Go. What? Really close. It's autofocus. Yes. So we just add an autofocus attribute. Doesn't even have a value. Just autofocus. That'll do it, and that'll be the first thing. That's the next thing we're going to do as it happens. So just throw an autofocus attribute on a form field, and when we refresh the page, that's the one that's going to be there when we first load. Cool. It works. I would say it works well. It could still be improved, though. Does it make sense to add a bunch of empty ones? That makes no sense at all. So let's make it required. Now, pre-HTML5, what we would have to do is, like in the event handler, check the value and see if it's empty, and then do some extra work to send a message back to them. HTML5, we can just add another attribute. Required. So as long as the browser implements that, that's all we have to do. Refresh, try to submit something empty, and Chrome tells us, please fill out this field. So again, won't work in some older browsers, but we know that client-side validation isn't enough anyway, and if there were a backend here and this were actually getting submitted, we would need to check it on the backend. They could always turn JavaScript off. They could always manually form that HTTP request using some sort of tool. But for our purposes, that's good. Please fill out this field. Let's actually fill out the field, and it works. It works. It works well. I think we could. We've been making this thing pretty nicely structured. You don't even know how much we've helped our future selves by writing the app so far. But we're about to find out. Okay. Oops. All right. Let's get ready to commit this stuff. Autofocus and require flick name.